that we still got another game left, and you get to go back to Hollywood for what could be a classic, Shasky. Could be one. Could be one of the ones. But at least you live to fight another day.
We will have all offseason, whenever that comes, to ask why it doesn't happen more often. Bonte, they're unbeatable. And I know they're 10-5 when he scores in the playoffs, 20 or more points, whatever. It looks different when he's assertive, when he is attacking the matchups the way that they did. And they did a great job sucking Anthony Davis away from that paint and attacking matchups. You talked about Andrew Wiggins. How many times have you said to Andrew Wiggins throughout not just this postseason, but last year's postseason, attack the guy who's in front of you. Don't settle for threes. Take that guy off the dribble. Post that smaller guy up. He did it yesterday. He exploited individual matchups, whether it was because of the screens, whether it was a scrambling defense because they got to stop and the Lakers are coming down and they're just like scrambling to stay in front of someone. I was so happy with the IQ. And then defensively, finally, they didn't allow Steph Curry. You don't have to switch everything. If the matchup isn't good for Steph against LeBron or against somebody and they're attacking Steph over and over, don't switch it. Fight through it. And they finally showed some of that. Dude, I'm here to say it. I didn't believe. I'm going to be real with you. I did not believe that the Warriors could do it. I really did not. I honestly thought they were walking the plank yesterday because I was so pissed. Lonnie freaking Walker.
They weren't going to walk the plank yesterday.
I was afraid. Bonte, I'm telling you how I felt.
I know how you felt.
I believe. I believe that they could come back and they could win. And they need Clay. They need Poole. They need Draymond. I now believe. You think I'm ready? Let's go.
About time you're ready. God damn, we're only 5 minutes into the show. You talk about you're scared and you didn't believe. Listen, they were going to fight off. One thing, I want to set the record straight with this bunch.
What's that?
Whether it's Draymond Green, Stephen Curry, Steve Kerr, Kevon Looney, and, of course, Klay Thompson. I mean, we really not going to believe in this core group when it's all said and done? They've won their last 19 series against Western Conference teams. Okay? Some of my favorite wins. Game 4, 2015 against the Memphis Grizzlies. Game 2 against the Houston Rockets when Steph Curry and Klay Thompson doubles on James Harden and makes a great defensive play. Game 4 in Cleveland of that season, learning how to win. Game 6, OKC. Game 6 at Houston, 2019. How about Game 5 when KD gets hurt? One thing they show us, year in and year out, year after year after year, is that these son of a guns are tough. They're fighters.
I don't deny that.
So to believe that they were going to lay down at home last night in front of the nation against the LA Lakers, you got another thing coming. These guys are going to fight until the freaking end, okay? They're going to fight until the freaking end. So there's no belief. No, I don't think anybody just watched this team over the last decade. And I was saying this with Alan yesterday, and I think a lot of roasters believe this. They can come back from a 3-1 deficit.
Yeah.
They can. They have all the capability. That's what makes this season so frustrating, is that they do have championship talent. They can play like Hall of Famers when they want to. They just have to do it consistently, and they haven't done that yet. So it all comes down to Game 6.
No, of course. Of course it comes down to Game 6.
Not, to me, it's not a question of if they can do it. It's will they do it.
Well, I didn't know if they could muster up the energy. They're older. And I know that, you see Draymond Green. He's erratic. One game, he's awesome, like he was last night. The way that he was attacking Dennis Schroeder, for example. Like, oh, you're going to put Schroeder on me? I'm going to the rack. Like, straight up. And then his facilitating, them diving with two guys. They had Wiggins and GP2 crashing. Both guys finally going in, not just settling for three-pointers. I thought Jordan Poole played much more calm. But, Bonte, that fourth quarter, I watched the last game. I watched that back over and over. And I'm watching that game yesterday. And I'm saying, you got to close that third quarter because you got to have a nice cushion in the fourth. I don't know what's going to end up happening. And I know AD, we'll get to him. Either he is as soft as toilet paper or he needs to be a concussion protocol. There's no in between. But we'll get to him in a second, getting wheeled down. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. But B, that fourth quarter, I couldn't believe the lack of execution from the Warriors in the final game. And then it felt like it wasn't just contesting shots. The shot making from Lonnie Walker. And I'm saying we can't get a performance from one of our main guys as stellar as what Lonnie Walker did against them. So, yeah, I admit it. I'll raise my hand. I didn't really believe.
Yeah, it doesn't. Listen, that doesn't even matter. They win Game 5, right? But I tell you what. And I get it. There's a lot of people yesterday who thought, boy, this is over tonight. They may lose
I
tonight.
just thought it was going to be really tough.
No, I was like, these dudes ain't going out like no suckers, man. We've seen too much from Draymond Green. And if we called out Draymond Green, and you know early on what I saw from Draymond Green,
that?
I saw him talking smack.
When he got the little and one,
I saw him
turned to
talking smack.
Vanderbilt.
I saw him talking smack to Schroeder,
God, I
to
love
Vanderbilt. And you know what?
Vanderbilt.
That's the Draymond Green you need. I saw him battling AD before he got the basketball, being physical with him. There's another little wrinkle there defensively where you see Andrew Wiggins now defending Anthony Davis at times, using his length, verticality, being quick to the ball. Andrew Wiggins did a good job there. D. Wright pointed that out. And by the way, Andrew Wiggins' 18 field goal attempts, I've been begging for him to be in that 15, 19 range. Well, he did it. Now, the other thing we just gloss over, and I'm not going to do this. Gary Payton II. When Kerr decided to start him in game number 4, I admit that I did not see that coming. And I didn't have a lot of faith in that unit because of the way the Lakers defend Draymond Green and GP2. They basically don't guard them. But they found a little wrinkle there with GP2 back cutting, being a playmaker, being in that corner. And as you know, 15 points in game number 4, 13 last night, some big blocks. And the other thing is, he's turned off the water on D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell, 1 of 10 in game number 4. Last night he was 6 of 10, but he was saddled in foul trouble. No impact whatsoever. Steve Kerr again throwing a little curveball in this series. No Leonard starting, no JMG. Let's go to GP2. And as you know, the series has flipped from a DiVincenzo series to a Gary Payton II series.
To me, DiVincenzo's like so low on my priority list of guys to worry about. I'm 100% with you. Well, I think this is the thing. It's not an indictment on that. That guy's useless for the rest of the playoffs. It's like, look, last series, for example, Kevon Looney, starring role. This series, he's a supporter. Like, he's not a starring role guy this series because the matchup's not good enough for him. Also, he looks a little thinner. Am I tripping on that?
Looney? He was a little sick.
You could just kind of, like, I feel for the guy. He's laboring. Sick. But, like, even, he's only going to be there for a short amount of time. He's giving you tremendous effort. GP2, unbelievable shots around the rim. I mean, his ability to get up around bigger guys and finish around the rim is really underrated. His pocket passing, though. He'll get a ball on a screen as he's rolling, 1 or 2 dribbles, and he makes a quick, good pass. He's not a guy that's going to, like, force these passes. I really like him, and I thought that Draymond Green and him have really good synergy, don't you?
Yeah, no doubt. No, they do have some good synergy there. So GP2 going into the lineup, I thought Jordan Poole played a lot better, and I love what Mully said yesterday in the postgame show. Stop piling on this kid.
Yes.
Stop piling on this kid.
Agree.
He's not the only one making mistakes. Klay Thompson's had 1 good game in the series. Now, Klay Thompson may struggle throughout this series because what the Lakers are doing, they're either trapping Steph Curry, doubling him hard off the pick and roll, but they are not giving Klay Thompson any airspace whatsoever. And if they make him put the ball on the ground, they're okay with that. So Klay Thompson, I thought, and this is why I thought the last 3 quarters he played control basketball. First quarter, he's chucking. He's 1 of 7. Right off the rip.
Yeah,
1 of 7. He was trying to force it, trying to gun it and hit their home run.
Yeah.
He took 5 shots the last 3 quarters. He stuck on the defensive end, took the open shot. His 3 right before halftime I thought was huge as the Warriors closed the first half on a 16-5 run. So we cannot force the action. But the Lakers are going to play him this way. He's not going to have any room to breathe.
Well, and I think the one thing, like, you're going to talk about shots and shots. I loved when he passed up a shot and threw it to GP2 in the corner. And then he passed up another shot and gave it right back to Steph Curry. The key for me was the end of the 3rd quarter. And this is not just Klay Thompson. I think Jordan Poole falls in this category. How many times have JP and Steph been on the floor together at the end of a quarter and JP, YOLO, he comes flying down. There's 11 seconds left, right? 11 seconds left. And instead of forcing something erratic, he takes a hard dribble, backs up a little, kicks it out to Steph Curry, and Steph hits that big 3 right before the end of the quarter. To me, that was growth from
second quarter.
For the end of second quarter,
first half, when they went on 65 run.
That was patience by JP, understanding the moment, getting it to your superstar, and them being smart and valuing the ball. Closing quarters has been a problem.
It has been a problem for this quarter. They didn't finish the first quarter well. I mean, the first quarter, they should have been up 10 at least going into the second. And they got out to a great start, 19-7. But the Lakers,
had some turnovers in that first quarter that were very frustrating.
Yeah, very frustrating. But LeBron and AD came to play. They were really good that first half. LeBron James had that look in his eye. He had 13 points in the second quarter alone, hit 3 threes in the first half. He finished with 17. AD had 18, but here's the key.
AD 's
Here's the
so
key
good.
overall.
He's so good.
And this is what's starting to annoy me about the LA
What's that?
Lakers.
Austin Reeves flopping and no one touching him and him getting superstar calls.
Superstar
and then
calls.
on the floor screaming like we could argue about Draymond Green and him and his what is it? His conduct with the officials. At least Draymond Green is an all-star, a defensive player of the year, a Hall of Famer. Austin Reeves, what have you done in the league to deserve this leeway to complain?
Well, the Lakers did a lot of complaining last night. They got to the free throw line 15 times, which is the same amount of times the Warriors did. Going into last night, the Lakers had gone to the free throw line 103 times in this series. The Warriors had gone to the line 51 times. The Lakers were 83 of 103. The Warriors were 36 of 51. Well, yesterday it was even. Actually, the Warriors were +2 from the free throw line, which is great. Points in the paint, Warriors just -2. You even there with the bigger
not
Lakers.
bad. I'll take that.
Second chance points, Warriors 18-10. Fast break 15-13. And the turnovers where the Warriors commit 16, the Lakers commit 14. They're even. They're level there. They both gave up 20 points off those turnovers. So the Warriors did a good job on the glass, +10 on the glass, +5 in assists, of course, +3 when it comes to three-pointers. So the Warriors did all the little things. They won the 50-50 points yesterday.
Yes.
They won the hustle board. So, you know what? But listen, Andrew Wiggins with his 25, 7, and 5.
He looked so good.
He was dynamic.
Yes.
And I think to go on the run, not only do you need JP, but Wiggins may have to be your second best player here on out.
I agree with you. Like he was last year.
Yeah, no doubt. And then Draymond Green set the tone.
Unbelievable.
I asked for the Saginaw Savage.
You've been asking.
The Saganasty. And you know what? 14 points in the first half, going to the rim, hit a three, hit it mid-range in the second half. Draymond Green was the Draymond Green we all grew to love, man. He was talking smack. He was stomping around. He was pushing that hard line. That's the Draymond Green you need for Game 6, and that's the Draymond Green you're going to need for Game 7.
Well, and I'm going to need Tom Izzo to be sitting off to the bench for the rest of the series because whatever it is, when he's in the building, Draymond seems to play. And let's not forget Moses Moody. I thought Moses Moody, again, another good performance for the youngster in a limited amount of action. I thought he did some really nice things yesterday. Wiggins and Draymond, though, Curry's always spectacular, and just the shot is just slightly off right now. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the length. I don't know. Maybe it's they're contesting. Maybe he's a little tired. I don't know. Maybe he's just missing. I don't know what it is.
Well, Curry, the first 3 games of the series, he was 13 of 28 from the three-point line. The last 2 games, he's 6-4-25.
What do you make of that?
25. Tired legs. He's doing a lot more ball handling.
Yeah.
The legs are a little shot right now. But he was 9 of 13 from inside the arc. So I'll take that. 12 of 24 overall.
Yeah.
Despite going 3 of 11 from the three-point line, he still ended up with a 50% night from the floor.
Yeah.
So
he had a couple mid-rangers in the fourth quarter on Austin Reeves that were just money.
I expect Steph to have one of those games at game number 6 in Hollywood. I really do.
Well, they're going to need it. And they're going to need Klay Thompson to show out. And they're obviously going to need Jordan Poole. And I'm really happy for Jordan Poole because I think a lot of other younger players, heck, there are a lot of veteran players that would tuck tail and be completely useless for the rest of the playoffs.
Right.
And he didn't have his greatest game.
Right.
But watching the flow of how the game went, I thought JP was good yesterday.
He was engaged.
And I think we need to give him credit when he plays well, and he did yesterday.
But we also need to back up off of him.
Well, he's an easy scapegoat.
Because in the locker room where we're talking about being, frustrated and having your back to the media and stuff like that, look, man, he just went scoreless at game number 4. He was 0 for 4.
He's a competitor.
He played 10 minutes of action. And people want to blame him for the game 4 loss. No. Let's stop piling on this kid. All right? Yeah, he had a bad game.
Come on.
He had a bad game. But you know what? I don't like losing in Monopoly. I don't like losing Connect 4. Dude.
Because he lost?
I lose in Madden, and I'm sitting there thinking, you know what? I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm pissed off. So let alone losing a playoff game. Oh, my God, Jordan Poole's frustrated. He's acting like a brat, blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. He's having a tough season. But you know what? You need the guy. You need the guy to chip in at some point during this run to win another championship here. So let's get behind the guy and stop piling on him.
Not you. I'm not saying you. I mean, you as in fans and media. Why do we do this thing where that guy's smiling too much on the bench? That guy's not happy enough on the bench.
Right.
Player X doesn't play in the second half, has a bad playoff game, team loses, they're on the brink. He's mad. Wow. That's literally boil it down. Forget the names of who they are.
Right.
a young player is pissed he didn't play and
Right.
didn't score and didn't play well, and his team's losing.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Breaking news! Breaking news! Young athlete frustrated he lost the game and didn't play. Like, duh! I'm so sick of piling on Jordan Poole. I'm 100% with you. And when he plays well, we just overlook it. No, he
it's
played
funny.
really good yesterday.
It's funny. I stopped by the team store yesterday with Willard and Dibbs. They're doing a phenomenal job on the airways. But I told them, because they were calling me out, it's like, TV Bonte's different. He's not going to come by. Well, I did come by. And I listened to the show for 90 straight minutes. I couldn't believe how much Poole conversation they were having before game 5.
Playing 11, 12 minutes.
Listen, it's about the dudes.
Thank
all
you.
right? It's about the dudes. Draymond Green, Clay, Steph, and Andrew Wiggins. And Andrew Wiggins showed up. Let's take some calls here.
Dude, I'm so fired up. And B, I'm telling you, the way that game, one last thing, the way that game went down, the fact that they stayed in the game till the final 3 minutes, the Lakers, it couldn't have played out any better because I want them to exert as much energy as
but you know
possible.
what?
The longer this series goes, the more hammies, the more ankles. This old team, Schroeder was hobbling. AD,
Yeah,
I don't know if you know this. AD looked like a Civil War veteran right there on the war field yesterday.
You know what, though?
What was going on?
They'll be ready for game 6.
Concussion?
They'll
Concussion protocol?
No, it's not concussion. No, come on.
Chris Haynes was actively tearing up, trying to explain what was going on. Chris Haynes, are you a reporter, or are you clutch, or are you part of the Lakers? What's going on?
This segment is
My
brought
guy
to you
needs
by
problems.
State Lumber.
I'm sorry.
Serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. When you succeed, we succeed. Visit
Chris Haynes,
GoldenStateLumber.com. I leave Chris Haynes
No,
alone.
it's driving me nuts watching it. I just
don't.
listened to everyth't in
Yeah.
the
Hey, well, no,
entire huddle.
let's
Let
not
me
do
tell
that.
you everything that's going on.
Let's not
That
do
guy
that.
needs to go.